what's up, family? We are in episode 3 of the Practically Answered podcast. And this podcast is where faith meets real life, okay? I am your host, Krystalin. Okay, what's up, y'all? And today we're talking about something that gets harder as we get older. Friendship. So yeah, let's be honest. When you're a kid or even in college, friendship seems to come naturally, right? But in adulthood, that's a whole different ball game. And between work, marriage, kids, and even life responsibilities, making and keeping healthy friendships can feel almost impossible. Okay? So, how do we build strong, life-giving connections as adults? Let's talk about it. Okay, so as y'all can tell, we're a little bit more laid back today. We friends today. But I want to talk about this because I've been dealing with this for a while. And like I said earlier, as a kid in high school, middle school, even in college, you know, it seems like it's easier to get friends, right? All you gotta do, you be in school, you know what I'm saying, you chilling, you find your little crew, and then y'all good, right? For me, it was church. All my friends was at church. I had a little friends in the neighborhood and stuff like that, some friends at school, but majority of my friends was at church because we were always together. So yeah, I developed a lot of friends, and we was cool. I'm not even gonna tell y'all what we called ourselves, but we thought we was doing it. Okay, we thought we were doing it, and back then we weren't. Okay, we was cute. It was like it was a little group of us. It was like 3 girls and it was a bunch of boys, right? And the girls ran the group. Okay, them was like our brothers. You know, we did what we wanted to do, and they was always behind us like, what she said, we got her you know what I'm saying? God, we were so young. We were so young and dumb. But anyways, I had a good time. Okay, so but as I got older, I was like, yo, what they at? Where they at? You know, as time goes on, people evolve, people move away, people start having kids, people get married. There's so many things that happen. Life just changes. And then those relationships, they start to take on a different look. They evolve, and sometimes, they just separate, and there's no love lost. Everybody that I was friends with before, majority of us, we ended off on a good note. Any one of them call me now, I would definitely love on them and stuff like that, talk to them, of course. But yeah, like I said, when I was younger, I felt like friends just came naturally. Okay. But yeah, now I remember a season where I felt like I didn't have any close friends I can call on. Like I said, when I got older, it started to dwindle off, and I had people that I knew. I saw people at church, at work, but I didn't have those like ride or die friends in my adulthood, right? So I felt like I couldn't really be myself. You know what I'm saying? So I just kind of stayed closed off. I just stayed with my siblings and my husband, and that was it. But at first it was like I blamed it on being so busy. You know what I'm saying? I was always doing something. I was at work, or you know what I'm saying, I'm trying to spend time with my family. I'm being a daughter, I'm being a wife, I'm being all these things. I'm too busy for that. You know what I'm saying? If I start putting more effort to my friends, then something else in my life is going to go down. So I'm like, I ain't got time for that. And to be honest, deep down, honestly, I wasn't really putting myself out there. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Lord have mercy. This is we gonna be, I told y'all, we're gonna be authentic, uncut. A lot of times, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, a lot of times the reason why I did not put myself out there, I was not being intentional because I was afraid. I was legit afraid. Every time I got close to somebody, like for real, every time I got close to somebody, even within my family, like certain family, not my siblings or anything like that, but like just distant family members, I would get close to them and then something would happen and then now we're no longer talking. And even to this day, I have some relationships that's like that. Like something happened, whether it was my fault or their fault or a mutual thing, whatever. But something always happened. And that relationship it just broke apart. And I was like, I ain't gonna lie, I was the type like, listen, it don't work, I ain't chasing nobody. I'm good, bro. Like you know what I'm saying? Like that was my mindset. And I ain't gonna lie, to be honest with you, I still kind of feel that way to a certain extent because I was so afraid that if I was to put myself out there, it would, like, I would continue to get hurt. And I'm like, I'd rather just stay to myself, not engage with anybody, just stay in my little bubble, my sister called it the intimates, stay with the intimates and, let it be that, you know what I'm saying? But I wasn't being intentional. So I realized that healthy adult friendships don't just happen. I have to build them. I think I talked about this in episode 1 where we were talking about finding community and stuff like that. I think it was episode 1 or 2. But I was talking about finding community, and when I tell you God has really put this group of people in my life recently, and whew, we not crying, but this group of people, they have come into my life and really loved on me for real. They know that I love God. They know that I'm going to joke and laugh and we're going to have a good time. We're going to eat. We're going to chill. But they came when I really thought to myself, like, yo, and if you ask any of my family and friends, any of my family, I would always say, I ain't got no friends. And it was at that point, it was like a running joke. I remember my brother even said, he was like, you ain't got no friends. And I'm like, don't do that to me. Don't do that. Don't do that to me. Okay. So I was really shocked, to be honest. I was really shocked when they came into my life because I was like, yo, dang, I ain't gonna never have no friends. But I said all that to say, like, I had to realize, like I said, that healthy adult friendships, it didn't just happen. They don't just happen. They will never just happen. You have to build them. And just like you build anything else in your life, you got to work for it, bro. You got to work for it. So I say all that to say, like, relationships, they need nurturing, okay? They need effort. So one verse that has always grounded me in this area is Proverbs 27:17. As iron sharpens iron, so one person sharpens another. Okay? God has designed us for connection. All right? I don't care if you are an extrovert or an introvert, any kind of vert. Okay? I don't care if you're either one, right? You need community. You need people in your life that is going to love on you. You need healthy relationships, okay? Friendship is not optional, y'all. It's not. I don't care how much you feel like it's not. And I say that speaking from experience. It is necessary, okay? But here's the key. The right friendships sharpen us, challenge us, and support us. Okay? That's why I said whether you're introvert or extrovert, it doesn't matter. You can't deal with a lot, you know what I mean? A lot of time with people or whatever, because I get that. We all need that time where it's like, yo, you know what I'm saying? I need a little moment. You get what I'm saying? But to just be by yourself all the time, that's not healthy. Okay? So friendship is not optional. It is necessary. These relationships, they should not be draining you. They should not be manipulating you. And they should not be leaving you feeling small. Okay? So that's why discernment matters. I think we've talked about this in an episode ago. I think it was the last episode where we talked about discernment. Discernment is just in practical terms, peeping out the vibe, seeing what's going on. Should you be here? Should you not be here? Listening to that intuition. Like, yo, this is not somewhere I need to be. It look a little sketchy. Something feel a little off. You know what I'm saying? Like, seriously, you got to think about that. Okay. Discernment matters. Not everyone you vibe with is meant to be in your inner circle. Okay. I want you to remember that. Everything every person that you come in contact with, y'all chilling, y'all cool, y'all, you know what I'm saying? But they don't need to be, y'all don't have to be best friends. Okay? I want you to remember that. So let's talk about some practical answers. Okay? So I'm gonna give you four ways to build healthy adult friendships. Number one, be intentional. Okay? Be intentional. Don't wait for friendships to fall in your lap. Reach out. Okay? I'm talking to myself. I am talking to myself because I told y'all I am actively going through this. Okay? Don't wait for these friendships to just fall in. And that was one of the things that I honestly, I felt like was a thing for me. I was like, oh, I'm just going to go to the store and movie land. I'm going to tell you something. Krystalin is a movie buff. So a lot of my shaping of the mindset was really like filtered through a movie. I'm not even, I'm so telling on myself, but it really was. So now that I'm older and I'm more mature and I'm starting to learn different things, I had to learn like, you can't just expect people to just be like, hey, what you doing? What? Not all the time. You got to reach out. You got to initiate. You got to be the one. You know what I'm saying? Plan the coffee date. Send a text. What you waiting on? You know what I'm saying? Reach out. Reach out to the people. Be intentional. Okay. Number two, look for alignment. This is very, very, very important. Okay. Healthy relationships flow best when values align. Okay. You don't need clones of yourself. And I think that's one of the misconceptions about friendship. People are looking for them. You know what I'm saying? Oh, they just like me. But is that healthy though? Is it you know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that, you are a bad person, but you gotta think about it. Would you want to hang with yourself all the time, knowing all your flaws, all your insecurities, all your like in a clone of you? You wouldn't want to hang with you. You know what I'm saying? So you need somebody who's going to sharpen you. You know what I'm saying? Going to support you. Like, yeah, we could be cool. We can kiki haha. I'm not saying like somebody that's total opposite, because not all the time that works, right? But you want someone to help you and support you, and you need people whose life direction support you where you're going. Okay, you want somebody who is, like I said, it doesn't have to be a clone of you, but you need some similarities and some differences to be able to get you to the place where you're trying to go. Okay, so look for alignment. Be intentional, y'all. Number three, practice reciprocity. Okay, that's a big one. Okay, friendship is not one-sided. This is a mutual thing. Mutual effort, honey. Healthy connections involve mutual effort, not constant giving or constant taking. Okay? We talked about this in one of the episodes where we talked about having boundaries but not feeling guilty. In those relationships that you are creating, in these friendships, they, like I said, they shouldn't be one-sided. You should not be the one that's always yes, 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 yes. No, 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 no. Okay? This has to be a mutual thing. They're reaching out, you reaching out. Are you okay? Are they okay? You know what I'm saying? It's practice reciprocity. It's real simple. It's deep, but it's simple. Number four, embrace vulnerability. Okay? On this podcast, that is a staple. Vulnerability will get you through the door. Okay, that is a light post throughout life. You have to be vulnerable. You cannot build real connection without letting people see the real you. Okay, it is risky. I know. I'm sorry. It is very, very risky. But without vulnerability, your friendship will stay shallow. it will stay surface level. And I'm gonna be honest with you, a lot of times when I started to analyze some of the relationships, and I was really thinking about this episode, but when I analyzed a lot of these relationships that I was cultivating and I thought was gonna be, or I thought was something that was like, oh, this is, this is gonna be good, this is deep. It was really surface level. We did a little key, a little ha, and then that was it. We may talk about a little something, or, and this is another one, I might do an episode on this, but trauma bonding. A lot of that was that. You know what I'm saying? You work at a certain job. Oh, I don't like this. I don't like this. I don't like this. Which we need to be praying about the situation. But, acting out of, immediate emotion or instant, trying to lean on each other in that little moment. Like you got a little buddy who upset with you. No. We got to get deep. And I'm not saying, listen, I'm not saying stay in a surface level relationship, but I'm not saying, and I want you to do what's comfortable for you. I'm not saying tell the person your deepest, darkest secret, especially if y'all ain't there. If y'all just met or whatever, and you trying to see where this thing is going, you know what I'm saying? Y'all hanging out, you doing whatever. I'm not saying go out and tell them your deepest, darkest secret. You gotta, again, use discernment. Okay, that's why it matters. We talked about this. But with that being said, if you are always just surface level with everything, and I'm gonna give you something practical so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. If you are always in that relationship, always talking about, it's gonna sound crazy, but the color of the sky or what's on social media or whatever, and the person they don't know what your favorite color is. They don't know how many brothers and sisters you got. They don't know, what show you watching. I'm giving you something real small and practical because that's even surface level. But I'm trying to show you, if you're always talking about what's on the outside, you know what I'm saying? All they know about you is you like your hair done and you drink Starbucks. What is that? You know what I'm saying? That's not a good phrase. You got to build on that. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, do what's comfortable for you. But I want to challenge you to become vulnerable with that person. If you didn't did your discernment, you peeping it out, you done prayed on, hey, this person is whatever. They are sharpening you. They're supporting you. They're not manipulating you, but they're a good person so far. You know what I'm saying? Become a little vulnerable and God will protect you. God will protect you. I know it's risky, but I just don't want you to get into a relationship and realize that it's not going nowhere. And when you really analyze the situation, it's not going nowhere, maybe because you're not being vulnerable. You're not letting them in. Okay? Open up. It's okay. So, with that being said, as always, y'all know the deal. I want to hear from you. I want to know, what's been your biggest struggle when it comes to friendships in adulthood? Is it finding new ones? Is it keeping the old ones? Or is it letting go of toxic ones? Honey, share these thoughts in this QR code. Scan this QR code because I want to hear from you guys. I want to hear your stories. As always, like I said, my goal is to weave these stories into future episodes. Okay. So don't forget to follow me on Instagram at the Practically Answered Podcast so we can keep growing together. Like I said, I would love to hear your stories. As always, I think I talked about this in the last couple of episodes that in future episodes, we are going to have specific episodes where it is geared towards giving you those answers for the stories that you guys send in. So don't forget to scan the QR code. Everything is in the description below as well. Okay. So in closing, here's your takeaway. Healthy adult friendships don't just happen. They are built. Okay. Say that again. Healthy relationships, adult friendships don't just happen. They are built. And the best friendships will sharpen you, support you, and bring out the God-given greatness inside of you. Okay? So, as always, thank you so much for staying for this entire episode. I am so excited for this podcast. Oh my God, I've just been reflecting on these past couple of weeks. I love you guys. Thank you guys, like I said, for joining me and watching this entire episode. If it blessed you, please, if you are inspired and impacted by this episode or any episode, share it with a friend who needs encouragement, okay? Invest in those relationships. Until next time, be intentional, stay open, and build the friendships that bring you life. I love you so much, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.